My name is Virgolt, or Frigarath the Giraffe-Raff. And I have a lot of Pokemon cards. I collect everything from base set to modern and damaged to mint. And this is my adventure in the Living Pokedex Project. All right, friends, welcome to episode 3 of the Living Pokedex Project, and the last episode of our trio here of the Cantonian starters. So we have the Squirtle line, which I was looking at my completion percentages. Surprisingly, Squirtle is my most complete at 68%, and then Wartortle is at a pretty respectable 57%. But my Blastoise is unfortunately the lowest of the trio, with a whopping 17% complete. So Blastoise is definitely the starter that I have the fewest of. I don't know, I just don't have very good luck pulling Blastoise. It's like I pull Venusaur a fair bit. I pull Charizard here and there, but like Blastoise, I don't know, I just don't pull him. So let's go ahead and get into it. So we start once again with a TCG Pocket Proxy. They did a fantastic job on all 3 of these arts. They're really, really pretty. And I remember like seeing this one in the trailer specifically, and like this one being like the one that I was like, oh, okay, I will download the game because I want to get this card in the game, which I think I did. I don't play Pocket anymore. Like I did for like 6 months, and then I just got annoyed that like there were so many good arts in that game that just didn't exist as physical copies. So I kind of stopped playing, and like honestly it's like a lot more satisfying to me to just every time they release a new set print the proxies, cut them out, and put them in my binders, because then like I have them and I don't have to spend money and fish for them. Like bang, I just have them. So yeah, again, just a piece of paper printed out, stuck on the back of a, you know, there's a bulk card behind this for durability, flexibility, but yeah. And then the Pokedex binder insert. Squirtle is considered the tiny turtle Pokemon, first appearing in base, and there it's its Pokedex entry from Heart Gold, Soul Silver. And then this is a fun one. I think this is like an old sticker or something. I'm not entirely certain, but got a member of the Squirtle squad, which is super fun. So I kind of have him on the top row of my Squirtle page. And then we start here with a copy of the Squirtle from Base Set Unlimited. Classic art, him with the bubble beam here. Really great start to the Squirtle collection here. And I do also have the Shadowless edition, again unlimited. And a Base Set 2 copy. And a Legendary Collection copy. So I think this is the only one of the Cantonian starters where I have nearly all possible editions of this card. I don't have any first editions. I'm not terribly interested in first editions, so what I'm just gonna say, I do have all possible copies. Not all possible copies, but all the copies that I am interested in seeking out. Again, you know, if somehow I come across like a first edition in a bulk lot or something, you know, obviously that's a new card to me. He comes into the binder, but I consider that set, for all intents and purposes, finished. And then moving right in order to the Squirtle from Team Rocket. Never really noticed how red Squirtle's eyes are until you see him, kind of like how it matches his mouth and his eyes. Really cool art there. Whoops, I'm messing up my piles again. Shocker. And I'm knocking my camera again. Shocker. And then my collection jumps all the way to, is this Expedition? Fire Red Leaf Green. Yeah, all the way to this Squirtle from Fire Red Leaf Green, which is a fantastic art. Really reminds me of, you know, the one Nirvana album cover. Really reminds me of that angle, but I love how he's jumping into the water here. Very cute. And then we have a Squirtle looking up from the reef here in Crystal Guardians. And then easily, I think, one of my favorite Squirtles of not all time, if not the favorite of my collection, is this one here, also from Crystal Guardians. I love the artwork. I love how saturated it is. I love the beach vibes. I love the sunset. Absolutely phenomenal job here. 10 out of 10. Would recommend picking this one up. And then we move right along into the Diamond and Pearl era, excuse me, here with Secret Wonders of him kind of in the hot spring here. And then this is a fun trio. So this is from Heart Gold Soul Silver Unleashed, and it has a matching Wartortle and Blastoise, which I do have, but it is, I don't know if the arts are connected, but it is like a story progression where you have the Squirtle, the Wartortle, and the Blastoise all in the same setting here, which is really neat. And then another favorite here, this is the Black and White Boundaries Crossed. Really love his expression in this one. Really love how cute the art style is. Very cute, very nice. And then we have the Squirtle kind of running out of the water from Black and White Plasma Storm here. Uh-oh, my cards are out of order again. Shocker. Hang on. Did I skip some? Wow, okay, my cards are really out of order. Maybe. Who did I last put down? Yes, this one. Okay, oh, very interesting. I'm not sure how I achieved this, but I sure did. Then we go to, what is this one? Plasma Blast. Really like how he's using his water moves here. Love how green his background is. And then this joyful little guy, all the way from Sun and Moon Team Up. All right, and then let's see, do I have... According to this, I have 3 copies of this card, but I actually don't think I do. Most interesting. Let's see. According to you, what do I have? No, I don't think I do. Because I only see 2 here. Most interesting. Okay, but maybe I have this in my bulk somewhere and I need to go fish it out. But I have these 2 copies here of the Squirtle from, what is this? Unbroken Bond. So I have a Cosmos Holo and the reverse holo foil, but I don't have the regular printing of this, which is a bit unusual. But I don't think I pulled any packs of Unbroken Bonds. At least I don't remember doing so. And then we have another copy of that same card, this time from the McDonald's 25th anniversary sets, because it's got that McDonald's foiling. Just throwing my cards on the floor, casually, casual. And then we have this super cute So-So Squirtle from Pokemon Go. Really love this art style here. I have a friend who specifically collects So-So cards. I know she has these 2, but it's one of the artists that she has a binder of. And then the last of this trio here, these were the promos, excuse me, that came from the poster collection with 151. So all 3 starters with unique art and some Cosmo foiling. also the Squirtle common from 151. Very tropical, very fun. And then the illustration rare from 151. I ended up pulling this one twice. I traded away my other one a few months ago. But yeah, this is the only one that I have of the Squirtle line. I'm not particularly fond of this particular art style, so I have no real incentive to finish this line. But you know, still super cool that this friend is in the binder. All right, and then we have the not the last, because we still have the Pikachu ones, but the last of the starters, the My First Battle decks, which again, easily one of my favorite arts of this set. I love how the blue of the background matches the blue of the border. I love the color of the reef behind him. Super cute. Definitely a favorite of my collection. Aww. And then the last one here is the Squirtle from Stellar Crown, where he's spraying the Pidgey. This one I remember pulling in like the first 3 packs of Stellar Crown, which I was like pretty relieved by, because I was like, this was definitely a chase for me. And to get it so quickly, I was like, fantastic, I could just buy the singles now, I don't have to go fishing, so super cool. And then we have the Wartortle stack. As with the other 2 middle evolutions of the Cantonian starters, they have no cards in TCG Pocket yet. So we start with their binder, or their Pokedex entries. So Wartortle becomes just the turtle Pokemon. And again, there's the entry from Heart Gold, Soul Silver. And just with as the Charizard, if you saw this, if you watched my Charizard, Charmeleon, Charmander video, have one of these kind of movie promo cards, inserts. I'm not even sure what to call it here, but one of these Poke Trivia thingies. All right, and then we start with an unlimited copy of the Wartortle from base set. I always find it really funny just how like scrunched he looks in his first printings, because here he is in base set 2, but they kind of like give him a bit more of like a neck as he goes on, like his head isn't so sunken into his shell, which I think it does improve him. And then my first dark Pokemon here with the Dark Wartortle from Team Rocket. It's looking very, it's not a phase, Mom, it's who I really am. And another copy of that same Wartortle from Legendary Collection. And then a jump to Fire Red Leaf Green here, with this Wartortle kind of making his way through the forest here. And another jump to Diamond and Pearl era here with Platinum from Platinum. I've had this one for a long time. I think this is like one that I pulled myself back in the day, because like this is a card I know I've had for a while. Alright, and then here's the Wartortle of those 3 connected arts from the Heart Gold, Soul Silver era that I was talking about. And immediately following is this Wartortle from Black and White Boundaries Crossed. That's a location in game. It has been a long time since I played Gen 5, but I know that's a location in game. That's one of the routes. Man, it's been a while since I played through Gen 5. Maybe I should do that sometime. All right, and then got a couple of different copies here of this Wartortle from Unbroken Bonds, one in the holo foil and one in the regular printing. There's like a lot more saturation in the holo foil. I That's really interesting. Yeah, okay. I think that card is real. Wow, okay, yeah, it's just way super desaturated in this one. I wonder why that is. Like, I know I've heard a lot about, like, varying print quality in Sun and Moon, but I didn't realize that applied to, like, the inking of the cards. I kind of always thought, like, people complained a lot about, like, the centering of it, but, man, didn't realize the print quality also decreased on how saturated the cards were. And then this Wartortle here from Pokemon Go, which is very cute, very fun. It feels like, how do I say, like, the art that they would use to, like, promote NAIC or, like, a special event or something. Because, like, it has, like, kind of the confetti and stuff in the background. Feels like one of those arts. Alright, and then both the reverse holofoil and the regular printing of the Wartortle from 151, really love, like, when they do like the Squirtle lines with a sunset. Really love when that's in there, because, like, the blue of the clouds and the sunset and the blue of him is just nice contrast. And then finally, the Wartortle from the Squirtle deck from my first battle. Reset my camera. Flip these guys over. There we go. All right, and then last but certainly not least, even though he is my smallest collection, is Blastoise. And we start with my favorite Blastoise art to date. This was in TCG Pocket. Like, this was a special, this was like a promo card. There's like an event very early in the game where you could get this. And I think this, like, this is the best Blastoise has ever looked, in my opinion. Like, I love, like, how he's, like, in a workshop on a ship. Looks so cool. Like, this is the most, like, Yar-har-ho sailor Blastoise has ever looked, and I think that's super, super sick. Highly recommend printing this out and putting this with your Blastoise cards, because this is phenomenal art of him. And then, oh, and also, adding to that, the Mega Blastoise, which, man, that sucks for Blastoise fans. That I was just thinking of this, but that, like, Blastoise, you know, because it used to be like red and blue were the games, and then, like, over time it really feels like Venusaur has taken over, like, Blastoise's position as, like, the main competitor to Charizard for people's attention, you know. And it's just like, man, like, that is, like, could not be more reflected than the fact that, like, Venusaur has gotten a connected art in the Mega Evolution era. Charizard has gotten 2 gold cards, and a Mega Attack rare, and an SIR in the Mega Evolution era. And what has Blastoise gotten? Nothing. Like, he's gotten a card on TCG Pocket, but that sucks big time. I'm so sorry, my dudes. Like, if you are a Blastoise fan, that is rough. And then we have his Pokedex entry. He's considered the shellfish Pokemon, also first appeared in base, and there's his entry from Heart Gold Soul Silver. So I have, like, no early Blastoise cards. Like, there is a big gap right at the beginning of my collection, because my first Blastoise card, jump scare warning, it's damaged as heck. It's this one from Crystal Guardians. I got this, I believe this came out of, my mom had, like, a friend who, she was like, yeah, my kids were into Pokemon, my grandkids were into Pokemon, but not so much, and, like, knew that I was into Pokemon, and so gifted me those old collections, and there was a lot of cool stuff in there. But one of the things in there was this Blastoise that is well loved. This was a pocket special. This traveled with somebody to and from school. You know, But like super cool to have this card. Really, I love the look of like the stamped cards from the Crystal Guardians, like the gold foiling. The Delta species is one of my favorite gimmicks. Like I've said before in previous videos, I love Crystal Guardians, I love Delta species. So super cool to have this. He is, you know, at this point, it's just trying to make sure that he doesn't get any more damaged, which I have him in the good sleeve and the good binder. But yeah, really, really super cool friend in the binder here. And then we jump all the way to the final of that connected art trio from Heart Gold Soul Silver. This was again Unleashed. That's right. And then another jump here to Plasma Blast. This is not the holo of this card. Why did I say I have the holo of this? No, this is the normal one, not the holo. Normal, thank you. There we go. Fix that in the list. One of the best parts of doing these videos is like really it forces me to really go through my collection and actually make sure that things are one in order and also marked accurately in here. So super cool to be doing that. And then we have the Blastoise EX from, this is Evolutions? Yes, from XY Evolutions. Again, they have those gold border foilings, and I really like that treatment. And then a kind of special insert here with the Blastoise Spirit Lake from Evolution. So I was inspired by Check the Box, who I've been watching for a while, to kind of be more interested in having kind of cameo cards in my collection. Not necessarily like cameo cards, like if like there's a name on the card, I won't like do that necessarily, but like if there's a trainer card with the Pokemon in it, I'm like, okay, that would be a pretty cool addition to my binders, because like, yeah, it technically is a Blastoise, it's just a trainer card with a Blastoise subtitle, so I have a few of those in my binders. And then this I very distinctly remember as the first Blastoise card that I ever actually got, because I remember, gosh, when would have this have been? Yeah, 2020, 2019. I remember like very distinctly being like, oh, I have no Blastoise cards. And I saw this, like, I think it was in some big box store somewhere. And I said, oh, well, there we go. I can get a Blastoise. Like, even back then, I was thinking of like having a complete dex in my binders. So yeah, this is the first ever Blastoise card that I got, this GX promo from Sun and Moon era. All right, and then we jump to the 25th anniversary printing here of the base set Blastoise. I remember I pulled the Venusaur, I pulled the Blastoise, I didn't pull the Charizard, so let's see if we can't try our luck again this year with the 30th. I don't know, maybe they'll print it as like a promo for the 30th this time. Or they'll have like a printing of it as a promo for the 30th. And then we have both the holofoil and the reverse holofoil of the Blastoise here from Pokemon Go. He's stanced up, he's ready to fire. And last card here is the Blastoise EX from Stellar Crown. All right. So kind of nice to have a bit of a shorter video compared to the last two. Definitely the shortest of my collections so far, but I'm gonna go ahead and put these back on their pages and then show you all what those look like. All right, thank you everyone so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I will see y'all in the next one.